Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a few tips for everybody going to the protest on Saturday the 14th of June, and make sure everybody knows what gear they should have if they possibly can get their hands on it, and how to stay safe out there fighting fascism and standing up for, well, this was never really democracy, but that's a whole other video, isn't it? Exactly, Rooster. So the first thing that I would want to have out there is a gas mask or a respirator. Yes, Mr. Rooster. You have to take your hat off to use one, of course, and having a filter attached would help. Hey dude, I'm trying to film a video over here. So, tight fit with sunglasses on, but if you want to get yourself a gas mask with a full face that seals, and this is some nice hard protection against those pigs with the rubber bullets who are firing them at people's heads. And you want to make sure that you get the filter for chemicals. They make special filters. I might drop the actual filter type down in the comments because that would be more helpful, but they make filters for wildfire smoke, which you also might want to pick up if you live in one of those areas. And they make filters for chemical agents, and you want to get the filters for chemical agents because these pigs have tear gas and they've been using it on people in LA, in Texas, in Oregon, everywhere. So if you cannot afford one of these gas masks because they are expensive, the next best thing to do is to get a respirator and a pair of work goggles to protect your eyes. I don't know what impact these can withstand, but it's better than nothing if you're out there in what the government is turning into a fucking war zone. Another thing to have is a helmet, even if it's like a motorcycle helmet, a tree arborist helmet. A hard hat isn't really going to work because I'm afraid if you get hit with a projectile with a hard hat on, it would just knock it right off your head. You want something really hard that's going to stay on your head and protect your melon from the cops and their rubber bullets and their sticks and the horses that they ran that guy over with. What country do we live in? Another thing you're going to want is a pair of gloves. You don't want to pick up those tear gas canisters and chuck them back at the pigs without gloves on. Those things get really hot, they'll burn your hands. Even if it's just a pair of mechanic's gloves or something like that, protect your hands if you're going to pick up those canisters and chuck them back at the pigs. You don't want to get burnt. Forgot to mention, if you have the money for one of these real gas masks, link in the comments below, description below. There's a drop pouch you can put in your leg so you don't have to just be carrying it around or wearing it at all times. So when it's more peaceful, you can just have this on here or on your back or strapped over your shoulder. This makes it a little easier if you don't need the gas mask at that particular time. And yeah, a bandana to protect your face if you're wearing a respirator. These dystopian nightmare AI companies are, you know, facial recognition violating your Fourth Amendment rights to privacy. And are those ice pigs wearing masks or what? Because if they do it and they're not legally even allowed to, I'm pretty sure we can. So let's see what else. Earplugs. They're shooting very loud cannons at people. And they haven't deployed the horrific LRAD shit, but you want some earplugs. These are really fancy ones. They're about 40 bucks. Some of them go up to a 20 dB decibel reduction, and you want to have earplugs in. The shit they're using out there can really damage your hearing. And let's see what else. A water canteen, some sort of way to have liquid on you. A lot of places are passing out free water bottles and free respirators and stuff, but if you can have your own canteen, this is just on a carabiner clip. And at one of the nights in LA, there was some guy with a canister of bear spray just spraying people. So if you can get your own to defend yourself, especially if you're a woman, and one of these instigator white nationalist pricks shows up and starts macing people and inciting shit, you have a way to get them back, I guess. On that note, street medics, nurses, and doctors will be at these protests, and already are, out in LA and other cities right now. Oh, it never ends with the traffic. I'm trying to film a video, yo. But, yeah, street medics usually have a medical cross somewhere on their clothing, and nurses and doctors may or may not be in their scrubs. You want to know where these people are and stay near them, just in case. And don't get boxed in, don't get corralled, and have an escape route. And yeah, the other thing is there's word that some of these Nazi white nationalist hate groups are going to try to infiltrate the protests on Saturday, start shit, damage property, and escalate things with the police so more people get hurt and more fascist bullshit takes place. So beware of that, spread the word, and the instructions are, if these people start shit, sit down so they're the only ones who are up visibly damaging shit. And everybody can see on camera that we're not responsible. We've been seeing media complacency and framing of the protests as we're violent and rioting and breaking shit and looting, just like with the George Floyd and Black Lives Matter protests. You want to just, you know, we know we're not the ones who are escalating this and starting shit, so it's all ICE and the cops, and for some reason the National Guard now. This is getting ridiculous, isn't it? And we know, you know, from Kent State and everything that happened in between, how we're going to be treated and how the media is going to frame it, so be careful out there. And links below to gas masks and canisters. Hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a discount code. And seriously, fucking stay safe out there, and no kings, no fascist bullshit. One other thing I wanted to throw in and mention is, if you're a group, anybody you know has access to a police scanner or a ham radio, scoop one up if you can, because you can track the movements of the police and where they are going to be and where they're going to try to corral and bottle people and what their general mischievous plans are for the public exercising their First Amendment rights to free speech and protected protest. So, yeah, grab yourself one of these if you can, or if somebody in your group can.